Welcome back to Go Hard Podcast. This is episode 4. I'm your host Noel. We have co-host Luis,
Yeah, Luis.
and then the guest Scarface Ruben.
What's up, everybody?
El Scarface.
Por
Tell
todas.
us a little bit about what you do, Luis.
I do lift kits, rims, and tires. Some wet fabrication, and you already know my previous podcast, so it should be out by now, right? Before
Yeah,
this
in
one
a little
comes
bit,
out.
probably like in a week or so.
Yeah, before this one comes out, so whatever. But yeah, that's pretty much what we do. Wheels, lift kits, suspension, but it's not about me.
He did a leveling kit on my Bronco.
It was a 3-inch by Rough Country.
I'm gonna tell you the truth. I get asked a lot. How many inches is it? Like, how many inches did you lift it? And I'm like, bro, I don't even know. I don't even know because, like, how do you measure that?
You
like,
don't.
it's custom. How? So it's like I tell them, bro, it's custom. I don't know what to tell you.
You
And
know-
then they get mad.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, you don't want to tell me what your lift is? And I'm like, bro, it's not that I don't want to tell you. I don't know.
Was it custom though? Was it or?
Yeah,
It was custom.
Oh,
Yeah.
damn, that's nice.
I brought the truck in. It had
A lift already.
a lift already, but it was just something that was put together years ago. He took it and took it apart, took it to the next level, and now it literally is like a show truck from the bottom.
It looks badass.
We turn on the lights and it's like,
Yeah.
It's badass.
yeah.
Tell us more about your bio, Ruben, about your business.
Oh, you're asking me now.
Yeah.
You're the guest.
Yeah, the guest.
Remember, you're
Special
the
guest.
guest. We're gonna be asking questions. You're the guest.
All right, so I started off making micheladas, and that's what brought me here. You know, that's what I do now for a living, but I used to be in the construction business. I laid tile, like your entryway,
Yeah.
like that. I laid that for 22 years.
Jeez.
Yeah, till the michelada business kicked in, and it just got to the point that I had to.
So that was your
doing
side
it.
hustle then.
It actually wasn't. I didn't even intend it to be a side hustle. It just, by itself, it just came into my life.
Nice. So, 22 years doing tile.
Yes.
What made you change your mind, like to just like stop doing tile? Because that's that's the bread and butter of the family. You know what I mean? So what changed your mind to let me do this full time? The micheladas.
Well, I had been doing my job, regular job, and the main reason I started doing micheladas is because I love micheladas. I think I posted on my Instagram today. I'm not even a year old or a year old, and I'm already holding my dad's beer. So when I was little, they would give you traguitos. Tómale, mijo, tómale, you know, and
Little
they
sip.
would make michelada. con
Mexican
clamato.
life. That's
Yes.
the Mexican families.
So all my life, I loved micheladas. And it just got to the point in my life that I started getting heartburn when I would show up at a restaurant, La Michoacana, X, Mambos.
Oh,
and I
my
sit
God.
down and ask for a michelada. One day I sit there and I'm drinking it and I'm feeling like I'm going to have a heart attack. What's going on? I was having that heartburn. And I had no idea what was going on because it had never happened to me. And then I said, no, it's nothing. And then I went somewhere else weeks later, and it happened again. And I got scared. So my wife, we went to the doctor, and they said, oh, man, you're starting with that heartburn problem. And I was like, oh, man, anything with, like, tomato and chile, and it's gonna affect you. And I was like, oh, man. So from then on, I said, you know what? I need to make a michelada that won't mess me up, that I can drink, whenever I want. So it actually took me 8 years of trial and error. Not every day.
8 years?
Let
Yeah.
me ask you this: was your intention ever to sell micheladas
Never.
for a living?
Never. It was just made for me. I was making it for me. Like, if you had a carne asada and say, hey, Scarface, or I was in Scarface there.
Scarface, it was
Hey,
Ruben, I
Ruben,
remember.
vente la carne asada. I would be like, all right, I'm gonna
Take
prepare.
your
I
own.
had a little tray of different chiles and spices and stuff that I would put. And every time I would do it different. And I would see people do it, and I was like, I'm going to do it like this. Le voy a poner apio. You know, and every time it was different, but it would still mess me up. Like, after so many years of trial and error and making like, I was going on the 6th or 7th year already of, like, still not having my michelada. I went to Mexico, and this man made me one. Well, they brought me a michelada, and I started drinking it, and I was like,
You're like,
oh, my
hell
God, this is badass. And I finished it quick, and my uncle was like, you want another one? I'm like, yeah, I want another one, but I'm going to go see how they make it.
The heartburn's coming in.
Yeah, well, no, actually, no. It
No
wasn't.
heartburn?
It wasn't. I went in there, and I looked. I want to say that I took one of this guy's ingredients, brought it home, and I started using it with mine.
The same ingredient.
And my michelada instantly started getting different. And I was like, holy shit. So I would make my michelada and add this ingredient, and I was like, oh, hell yeah. But I don't like the chile. Take this chile out. And then and then finally one day, I make this mix, and I didn't even taste it. I saw it, and that's the first time that I put it in a jar. I didn't have nothing to put it in, and we had to go to carne asada. There was nothing. I grabbed that jar, poured it, went to the party. I remember I was drinking it the whole night. I finished it. The next day, I remember I'm like, you know what? I didn't get heartburn. And I was able to drink the whole thing without empanzonándome, you know? I was like,
Yeah.
what the hell?
Nice.
So the next day, I was like, how did I make this? I said, I did this one. I separated them out, and I made it again. And I was like, holy shit.
This is it.
This
I just made my personal michelada that doesn't give me that heartburn sensation. I was able, and you know it. Like, I brought some today. You can drink it like a juice.
Shit in
You can actually open it up and drink it like a juice, and it's that good. There's people right now that put OG on limonada. You know, aguas frescas. It's crazy.
I seen that shit.
Yeah. So, from there, I make this michelada. I start going to parties, carnes asadas, and now I'm taking that recipe.
Yeah, that recipe.
And people start tasting it. My family, my friends, and they're like, hey, bro, where'd you buy this? And I'm like, I didn't buy it. I made it. No seas mamón,
I think at that time, nobody was slanging that shit out of the trunks.
Nope.
Nobody. There was nothing like that. And I was like, no, I made it. And, hey, make me 2 of those jars. One for me, one for my boy for next weekend. I was like, all right. Boom.
Slowly.
Yeah. And then the next weekend, hey, bro, I need 2. One for me, one for my boy, but his boy wants one and my other boy wants one. So make me 4. And I was like, okay. Boom. And then from there, went from 4 to 6 to 8 to 12 to 24. It just started growing. Right now, we make thousands in a week.
I remember the Honda. You pop in that trunk and you got that little cooler in there with some micheladas.
I stopped at a shop and I was
yeah.
like, hey, you guys don't drink micheladas? And they were like, what?
I think that's where I met you.
I think so too.
Yeah, that's where I met you when you popped that trunk. I was like, yeah. And then I have my daughter's birthday party, man. I ordered some more from like that same spot, like the same day. I was like, can you make me some more? That shit was badass.
Nice.
But nobody was doing it. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think nobody was.
Nobody was doing it.
What year was that?
It was like 2017, 18ish.
I think
I
it's 18.
started like when I started my recipe was 2016 is when I perfected it. And I was like, yeah, I got this. Like this is, but it didn't even have a name yet.
Puros camaradas. Just
family,
like word of mouth.
And friends, word of mouth, and then finally, like I started selling a little bit more, and people were like, hey, you should name it. And I was like, damn, pues qué nombre le pongo. I thought of all these things.
Whenever you started, like I think it was only 3 of us selling. It was Noe, me,
Exclusive.
and who else? So it was somebody else selling.
There was somebody else. Hold on.
It was not even Botanero yet.
Botanero wasn't. It wasn't him. Oh.
Was it that girl from
La peluquera.
San Antonio?
There was. It all started. It's all started in Houston. Bero's Hair Studio was one of them right there off of 59. She was selling too. And Alexis was the first one to take it out of state. He took it to Cali, and it blew up in Cali. Like he'll come pick up 40 to 60 cases, which each case has 12. In less than 2 weeks, he'll sell it. Boom.
It's done.
It's
It's
just
a wrap.
boom. He's selling it all the way to Cali. Sometimes he's like, I should have brought more. Like I sold half of it on the
Fucked up.
on the way to Cali.
Damn.
It's like a coin, you know. You flip it. You sometimes you might hit. Sometimes
Yeah,
it
yeah.
doesn't hit.
Damn.
And I guess that's one of the main reasons that it hit because I never
It
never
wasn't
said
intentionally.
yeah, like drink
Yeah.
my
Like, you didn't
stuff.
want-
I never.
It wasn't like a force.
it was never.
It wasn't a.
It-
I think
it
you
wa-
know what it was.
It
I
wasn't
don't-
about the money either.
No,
It was
Yeah.
something that I'd never seen him like push it like really hard as like other people that I see now that trying to push their product. You know, I think his product sold itself.
It sold
That's what
it.
I would call it.
It sold itself when I did said and I said como dices tú, I said I'm going for it.
Yeah.
When I was doing my regular job as a towel man. I was working and then in my lunch break I wouldn't even eat anymore. I would go to Walmart's to look for the jars,
fucking jars.
HEBs like Tractor
Mason
Supply.
jars.
Yeah, that's what I would do
Nobody had-
in my lunchtime. If I would eat, I was eating on the road and trying to find these jars, and then to get back to keep working, I would get out of work and then I would go home and start.
making
I already had orders.
Squeezing lemon.
Squeezing lemon. I started with the hand squeezer.
Yeah, I remember that. Hand squeeze. You used to say like, hand squeeze.
Hand squeeze.
Imagine
yeah.
squeezing all them lemons.
And yeah, and then after that we got an orange squeezer for the lemons, and then after that we got 2 orange squeezers. Boom, boom, boom. We had 2 people going, and then after that I said, so there has to be something better than this. So we bought a machine.
¿Tienes callos?
Nice.
You know what? They kind of they're going a lot. They're going away. When I was working in the towel, man, my hands were so rough. We were talking about it with my wife the other day that if I would go like right now like this to the sofa, it would be like
Before.
Yeah,
But
before.
because of the tile, the
it
squeezing the
was
lemons.
the towel and squeezing. both of them.
Imagine every day just, you know.
Hell yeah.
That's crazy.
So I was already doing my regular job, and micheladas were just consuming my life. The orders kept getting bigger. On the weekends, right there in my house, there was a line of cars, Fridays and Saturdays and Sundays, para los crudos.
Damn.
And yeah, and my wife would just look at me, and I would go to bed late, wake up early.
They're selling drugs.
I know. The neighbors they always looking like, what's going on over there?
Está vendiendo 20.
Yeah. And eran puros veintitos, pero de michelada. So one day, out of the blue, my wife said, "That's it." She's like, "You can't do both." And I was like, "What do you mean?" She's like, I'm looking at you. You're killing yourself day and night. Like, you don't stop. Like, you have to worry about turning in these towel jobs to these people and making sure these jobs are on point, and you're worried about your orders with these customers. She said, "You know what? You need a pick." And I was like, "What do you mean?"
Damn.
She's like, "Why don't you?" Okay, look. She said, "Why don't you stop laying towel for 1 month and do your micheladas? And if you think this micheladas works, keep doing it. If you don't, go back to your towel business." And because I was a subcontractor for a company, and I remember thinking about it, and I was scared. I was like, "Man, well, you know,
But was the money like matching your actual job, or was it less or not?
At that point,
kind of matching it,
at
or more,
that- no,
maybe
at-
more than
At
that.
that point, to tell you the truth, it was less because I was barely starting. Like, I didn't have all these vendors. It was taking off, and I had a daughter that I was putting through college. My son that he was going to a school for a dental assistant. My house mortgage, a brand new truck that I had, that F-250, I had just bought it. My wife's car payment, but she worked at a bank, so she was like, "Look, you know, we have money saved. I'm working a month. It's not gonna kill us. If we have to, we'll get from our savings. We'll cover it." And I remember I thought about it for like a week, and finally I said, "You know what?
Fuck it.
I'm gonna go for it. Let's go." And I remember telling the subcontractor, I told him, "Hey,
I got the vid." Nah, there was no excuses
Nah,
like
hell
that
no.
before.
I was working at this house, and this, like, at the end of this week I was gonna be done with it." And I remember it was like at the middle of the week, and I called him and I said, "Hey, I'm almost done with this job, but don't put another job after this one, and he was like, "Why?" I was like, "I need a month off," and he was like, "What do you a month?"
A month.
Damn.
God, what you
He's
gonna do in
like,
a month?
he was like, he wanted an explanation, and of course, I had to lie to him. I was like, "Look, there's a lot of stuff that I have to do around the house that I never get to take care of, and I need to do it. I need a month off." And he was like, "But I have you scheduled out for 6 months worth of work."
Golly.
He's like, "A lot of people have requested you because what I did as a tile man at that point in my life, I was good at it,
Yeah.
and I liked doing it, and I was making good money. So I had a lot of people request me to come do, like, say I
Their
did your
jobs.
house, and your neighbor came and said, "Oh my God, I want him to do my." So
want
that, like,
roofing.
of course, he requested me. They wanted me. That job was mine, no matter what,
Yeah.
you know. So finally, he was like, "Man, I can't believe you're gonna do this." I was like, "Well, I'm gonna do it. So if you put a job, I'm not gonna go. I'm letting
Yeah.
you know, like, don't put me a job,
in
you know,
advance.
because I'm not going. I won't be there. I'm gonna finish this one and make sure it's done right. You know, if I have to come back for anything, I'll come back and do it. But I need that month off." So I took the month off, and that's when I said, "I'm
It's
gonna go
time.
for it. I'm gonna go for it." And I started going hard on the Instagram. I started doing this. I started getting the vendors. I just started
hard.
I just started going like hard, and then 1 month became 2 months, 3 months,
Damn.
and
What's
then
your contractor say?
he-
Yo, is it
they
done?
would-
God
after-
damn, what are you doing? Building your house or what?
hey, after the first month, after the
another
first month, they were
house.
like, "Hey, you ready?" And I'm like, "No, I'm not ready." A week later, "Are you ready?" "I'm not ready. I'll let you know when I'm ready." But they still kept calling and calling, like, "Bro, all these customers are asking for you. Like, what's up? What's up?" We pushed everybody back a month, and I was like, "Damn, bro, I didn't even know what to tell them anymore." So I actually stopped answering their phone calls. And then one day,
Block. He
the
did block.
main, like the main owner of the company, I think I was off from work already like 4 months, and he said, "Man," he called me and he was like, "Hey, is everything okay?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Do you need any money?" I was like, "No, I'm good." And he was like, "Whatever you need, like, if you're in some kind of trouble, let me know. I'll lend you the money. I know you're good for it. You'll pay it back with your work." And I was like, "Man, I really appreciate it, but I'm good."
But I'm Scarface now.
Now, ahora soy cara rajada.
All right, so let me ask you this: how did you get the name Scarface? I mean, is it because you have a scar in your face, or like because they called you that, or you just wanted to name that or something? Like, what was
Look,
the name?
I have two big old scars in my face.
Uh-huh.
I've had them since I was 10 years old. 10 years old, I go to La Feria in Michoacan, and I run into some barbed wire.
Oh,
Yeah, my face actually was, this side of my face was hanging. Like, I remember picking it up
Put it
and
back.
holding it. My
Damn.
the top of my nose got cut, and then the bottom of my nose got cut. So my whole face was just like flapped, big old flaps.
damn!
Yeah, I don't even know. I went through the barbed wire, slashed my face.
It was hot.
Something was dripping. I was like, "What?" And I remember looking down and I just saw skin like that. I touched it. I was like, "Ah!" So I picked it up, went back. Went back through the barbed wire. My dad was sitting on the passenger. It was my dad, my mom, my aunt, and my uncle on a Ford truck. I remember it was a Ford truck.
Is that why you like Fords?
Yeah. So I knock on the window. My dad turns around. He's like, "What do you want?" I let my hand go like this. He saw
Flop.
me. He fainted.
You fainted?
He fainted. My mom had to push him out of the way, get me in the truck, and they rushed me to the
damn.
Cruz Roja in Mexico.
You
You
know
can
they
just
don't care
imagine how
about
they
you.
don't care.
They don't give a fuck.
I remember.
LB Johnson in the hood.
I remember they were sewing me, and I could see when they would pull it like that. I could see my skin with my eye where they were pulling.
Damn.
So these scars happen, and after that, and this is so true. I got bullied for almost the rest of my life
because of your scars.
because of my scars. Here comes a Frankenstein, Scarface. Yeah, it was rough. So this happens to me when I'm 10, and I'm almost gonna turn 11, and my dad passes away.
I love it.
So I'm just with my mom. So it's hard without a dad, and then your face is all messed up, you know. And
And I think Mexican bullying is like
It was the
harder,
worst.
way worse than here.
Yeah, it was worse. It was
Damn.
bad. It was
Yeah,
real
yeah.
bad.
What part of Mexico was that?
That happened in Michoacan. My mom is from Morelia, Michoacan, and my dad is from Pénjamo, Guanajuato.
Nice.
What
Yeah.
you say? What you rep more though, like Guanajuato or?
Well, the thing is,
Michoacán?
His Instagram says Michoacán though.
No, it says
I see
Michoacan
where-
y Guanajuato.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So I rep both of them, but more Michoacan, and probably that's why I put that M right here.
Yeah.
Because even though my dad is from Guanajuato and I consider, my blood is from over there too, I'm Guanajuatense también, but
You were raised
I was raised
in Michoacán.
and we had a house and I went to school in Morelia, Michoacan. We would go visit Guanajuato where my dad was from to see his dad or whatever, his mom, and we would come back to Michoacan. We would go to Cali to work, and we would come back to Michoacan. So everything was Morelia, Michoacan for me,
Yeah.
So that's why I kind of like have it more like puro pinche Michoacan, but también aviento Guanajuato, I'm still puro pinche Guanajuatense también, I got both bloods.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
cut
cut it.
Yeah,
so
he-
so we were talking about how did the name come?
Oh,
And I was
that's
telling
right,
you
yeah.
that I got bullied all my life,
Yeah,
and I just took it. I just took it, and I I was like, I was just over it. It wouldn't even faze me anymore.
Yeah.
And I remember when that movie came out, everybody called me Scarface.
That's what I was
Scarface,
thinking,
Pinche
like-
Scarface.
Was it either like because of your face or because you just like the movie? Because
No.
I can say like that's a movie, dude. Like
That's a badass movie.
I can still watch that thing right
OG
now.
movie.
Well, look,
I remember that
because of that movie, I did this on my own.
movie. The world's yours.
The
I
world
seen
is
that
yours.
shit. You know what's badass?
Who did it?
That shit's badass.
Saldaña's tattoos here in Houston.
Nice.
He did both pieces for me. So one day when I needed to name it, I called my mom and I'm like, Jefa, estoy haciendo estas micheladas y hay que ponerle nombre. I want to name it. I don't know what to put it. You know what she said? Ay, mijo, pues ponle Scarface. Todos te han dicho así toda tu vida. And I was like,
Hell yeah.
I was like, you're right. Scarface Micheladas.
Yeah, yeah. I would have just thought like, I think it was something in between. Like, why would he name it Scarface? Like, was because of his face or because of the movie? Because the movies, I think, influenced a lot of people and it's a different
Yeah.
lifestyle.
For
You know, and a lot of people think it's because of that, but it's because I'm scarred from my face,
Your
and
face.
Scarred for life.
Yeah, and I got called. Como te digo, I got called Scarface for a long time because of that movie. Like they would see me, hey, I want real Scarface, y que el Scarface, But and then
Let me ask you this: how you get that scar?
I ran into some barbed wire.
If you know the movie, you know what he said.
Oh no, I don't even remember that part. What did he say?
He asked him how to get the scar, and he was like, "Someone did you get it by eating pussy or something?"
Oh
Yeah.
He's not gonna get a
Yeah.
scar like this.
Yeah,
eating pussy, man.
Yeah. I remember that.
Yeah. That's badass, dude. I think you're one of the guys that influenced, the whole game from the micheladas. I mean,
Oh,
the
yeah.
micheladas were always there, but it was like something that you would. I don't even think it was sold like how you sold it, how you selling it.
No.
It was sold as you go and then they serve you.
They serve you.
and That's a weak ass michelada, man. If you go
Yeah.
to a restaurant and they don't have
There was
like,
actually
legit micheladas-
bottles, but I think white people make it. No offense to white people or nothing like that, but they would sell these
White privilege.
bottles of michelada mix, and you pour.
But
I
it
bought
wasn't
it
the same.
several times, and I was like, "This is trash."
It is.
Like from
Like, holy
Walmart or
shit.
something?
Walmart, like
Yeah, the Walmart ones are
licorerias. You go to
trash, bro.
It's like a taco from Taco Bell.
You
bro.
know what?
Like,
You know
yeah.
what it's normally used for to make Bloody Marys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I would taste a lot of these to try to perfect mine or make when I was making mine. No, man, I was like, Mom.
I mean,
man,
like
no,
no lie, like Mambo's michelada. Oh man, bro, that shit tastes like Tabasco all
Yeah.
day, bro. Like,
Yep, it
that
sure
shit is
does.
strong and it'll give you the heartburn.
Big time. Yeah.
Whenever you switched to the whole michelada thing, how fearful were you? Because you said you had kids and you had to pay for their, like, how did you feel like every day you have to wake up when you weren't doing tire? Did you feel like you had to, like, I need to make something happen today?
In the towel business, I didn't because I knew I was already set.
No, like the micheladas, like when you first stopped it,
So when I went into the michelada business for that month, it was a panic. But I don't know what it was that I think I did it at the perfect time when I when I stopped working, because I started getting all these vendors like Noe, boom, boom. I started getting a restaurant. I started getting vendors out of town. I just started getting all these vendors, and I was like, what? It's like, oh shit, this is working. And then the money started coming in, and I was able to still pay for my kids my truck. I was like, damn, it's working. I was like,
Squeezing lemons.
Yeah.
and then my wife was working at a bank for 24 years. And after 6 months that I stopped working in the towel business, one day like today, Thursday, it was a Wednesday. I think it was like a Wednesday.
You told her, now you need to quit.
No.
You told her pick.
It was a Wednesday.
It's me or the bank.
Tuesday, Wednesday, she tells me, hey, I forgot to tell you. And I'm like, what? Because, and this is why, because I already was like four months into it, going on to 5. And when she would get out of work, now she had to help me.
Yeah.
With these orders, with this michelada. So now she was like, damn, now I got 2 jobs. Because I couldn't keep up with it by myself. So she walks in one day and she's like, I forgot to tell you, this Friday is my last day. And I'm like, what are you talking about? She's like, yeah, I'm putting my 2 weeks notice. Like, I'm quitting. I quit my job. And I was like, you're at a bank? You're a manager and you've been there for 24 years? And she's like, yeah, you need the help. And you know what? I'm glad she did it.
That's badass.
Because she came in there and she just started organizing everything.
I think you know what? That's how my wife is. I think that's why she's in the front, because they're so clean, they organize. They're on top of everything, bro.
Yeah.
Like
Bills,
scheduling.
scheduling. You have this.
Yeah.
You have this at this time. Like today, we had the podcast. She knew. Hey, remember you got the podcast tonight.
She schedules all your stuff?
A lot of my
Damn.
if anything comes in,
You gotta hit her up first.
I hit him up in before New Year's, and I was like, hey, you want to do this podcast? He's like, let's wait till the New Year's finishes because I'm pretty busy, my vendors. I'm like, that's cool. And I was like, damn, this dude's busy, like.
It really is.
For
And
real.
you know what? Like, I've heard from a lot of people, como
Business busy though, like.
no, and it's something that maybe you heard before. I've heard a lot of people like, hey man, se le subió.
Oh, no.
Like, nah, dude, you just don't know how busy this shit is. Like me, like my phone stays on silent, bro. I don't even want to see my phone sometimes, because I'd rather do what I need to focus on and doing versus try to talk to everybody. I was really a good a people's person, and I just switched, bro, because that's like, I'd rather just do what I need to do than just sit there and talk. Like it's different. But I mean, since it's different now because you're like a public figure, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think it's different.
Yeah.
But you know what? I really, really, really appreciate you and all these shops that
started
it off for me. And you know what? I will never forget it. And that's why, like, we're friends now. And, we go to family parties together, and we do trips together.
Hell yeah.
And it's almost like that with all my vendors. Like, we're good friends.
Yeah.
There's nothing that, pues ya no vendí tu michelada, pues ya vete it's not like that.
Nah,
We're still friends. We still see each other. I still take him business. I send him business. He sends business my way. And it's like that with all my vendors. Like,
shout out to Noe Phase.
Yeah.
He linked us up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
You need to get him in here next.
Yeah, I'm gonna get Noe.
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah.
Hell
That's
yeah.
a good one.
Yeah.
No, it's hard to get, though.
Nah.
booked.
Ya
I
tiene que
asked
ser en
him.
la tarde. Tiene que ser en la tarde around this time.
I asked him, I was like,
While he's fading.
why he's fading. I asked him, I was like, hey, you gonna get on the podcast? He's like, I'm gonna think about it.
I'm gonna tell you this much about Noe. Till this day, Noe is like
The only
a
one that
sponsor.
touches your hair.
No, well, he actually is one of the only ones that touches my hair because he doesn't charge me. And I tell him, no. He's like, every time you come in here and you put me out there, he's like, I have so much work. He's like, I can't keep up with it. When we met and he did my first haircut, he was at a place working
On airline.
on airline.
Yeah. I got a fade by him.
Yeah.
He fucked me up. It's hard, man. It's hard. I think it's really hard to find a barber, bro. Like,
It's hard.
even right now,
It's hard.
at this point, if you're not like a celebrity or something, they ain't even trying. They don't care,
Yeah.
bro. They're like, you got so much clientele that if you miss, oh well, whatever.
Yeah, la neta.
They don't even care about us no more.
La neta que sí.
Maybe you, yeah, 'cause
Pero,
you're
pero
celebrity.
I actually get a lot of people like, hey, bro, let me fade that hair. And I'm like, bro,
That's
thank you very
something.
much.
That's
I
something
really
that.
appreciate it. Nothing about,
Gotta keep
nothing
loyal.
against you, but Noe takes care of me. And you know what? Unless I'm at a remote place that I need a fade and he's not there, then I'll do it.
Yeah.
But for now, you know what? Sometimes I go 2 weeks without, sometimes 3 weeks, and he calls me, hey, you're not gonna get a fade or what? And I'm like, oh shit. He's like,
It's
I can
growing.
put you.
Is
He's
it
like,
your
I can put you in.
throwing?
And you know what he tells me? You need to be here once a week. And I'm like, I don't got time, Noe.
It's hard.
I don't got time to go
You
get
know
a
what?
haircut once a week.
I have my barber, bro, and I'll be changing them everywhere, though. He went from Venus to Dreams to like
Damn, Dreams
Bean
was old,
Cheese or
bro.
some shit like that, and then
Yeah.
now he disappeared for a whole month, and I'm always struggling, bro. And I was
Holy
telling him, man,
shit.
that you full of shit, bro. Like, goddamn, bro. And now he goes and cuts my hair at the shop because I
Oh,
don't have
that's
no time,
badass.
bro. And I tell him like, look, see, I can't even leave my shop sometimes. That's just crazy.
Yeah, I have to look at my schedule, and I'll call him like and ask him, hey, I, I'm available, and normally it's like on a Thursday, Wednesday. Hey, Noe, can you fit me in? And he's like, I got you. What time you need? And I'll be like, what's the earliest? He was like, my appointments start at 11. I'll get you in at 10
Hell yeah.
before I start. You
Nice.
know, he takes care of me like badass. And we do a little something that every time I go cut my hair, I go live.
Oh,
And I
yeah.
say, hey, I'm going this Thursday at 11 a.m. I'm getting a fade with Noe. I'll put it on the
I seen that.
Instagram.
I seen
Yeah.
that. I jumped in right there.
Si quieren entrar al chisme, al rebane, a las preguntas, get on that live, and I get people from all over the United States,
Yeah.
sending
come.
out their shout outs and stuff like that.
Damn, that's
People from
tight.
Mexico. I mean, I'm telling you, Iowa, New York, LA, like people just get in there like, Scarface, what's up? Send that shout out. And I'm reading these texts while he's cutting like messages, and
Yeah.
everybody's like asking questions and stuff like that. It's
Did
pretty
you
cool.
ever saw like this, like being this big
No.
right now? Like, que digas like, goddamn, dude. 'Cause I mean, I see how big you are, and you're pretty big, dude. You know, like you said, it's all nationwide, Mexico too.
It's crazy.
Where is all the micheladas at?
What places?
Yeah, like your vendors, like California. I know you're in California.
We're in California.
Florida.
We are in El Paso. We are in New Mexico. We are in Colorado. We are in Illinois. We are in Chicago. We are in ¿dónde más? Iowa. Did I say Iowa already?
Shit, Iowa. Yeah, no, you said Chicago and Illinois is the same thing.
Okay, and did I say Florida?
No, I said Florida,
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma. Oh yeah,
Oklahoma, yeah.
Here in Texas, we're
yeah. You got a
in-
lot of vendors here in Texas. I think this
Yeah.
is the mainstream.
Yeah, I have a lot of them, like San Antonio, Austin, Dallas, Corpus, the Valley.
And they buy by the trailers, right? They come with trailers.
There's like today, my vendor from West Texas,
seen that.
from Midland, Texas, he brings it. He takes so much that he needs a trailer. I have several vendors that they have their own trailers, and they already have them.
You know what? I
Scarfaced
saw
out.
that shit. I saw that like when I think somebody tagged you and they had a whole trailer, bro. A whole trailer wrapped with Scarface all over that motherfucker. That's just tight.
I think
Damn.
there's three.
That's badass.
I think there's three vendors. I think it's.
I seen one
Puppet.
with black and gold. That black and gold one.
That one's Puppet from Oklahoma.
Yeah, that's nice.
His trailer is decked
Fully
out.
wrapped.
Everywhere he goes, people know him, and
And you know what? That's badass. The thing is like you won't be stepping on toes when you go out there to OKC. You know,
Yeah.
he's selling.
yeah. So
right?
now what I do, like with him, there's a show that they do every year in Oklahoma, Slamboree, and I used to take my mix, and I used to take the setup, and I used to sell, and then he became the vendor, and I remember that he was already the vendor, and he was there at the show helping me in the booth to sell, and then right there and then I looked back and I told my wife, next year we're giving him the show. This is his show. This is his state.
Yeah.
You know, this is his city. This
Yeah.
is where he's
I
selling
think
the
that's
mix.
badass.
So when that show was over, I said, "Hey, Puppet, I appreciate you, helping us, and thanks for being a vendor." And oh no, man, I'm Scarface.
So you think that like you kind of shut him down a little bit? Yeah, right. Because it's you.
What do you mean?
Like for example, it was his show, or like was it like he was a vendor?
No, what I'm saying it's the show that they make in his city.
Oh, okay.
Okay, see.
in
Yeah.
OKC. It's one of the biggest shows.
So now you're gonna be like, for example, now you're gonna give like your main vendors
My vendors,
the right to like, okay, I'm just gonna be at your tent, pretty much. If I have to go,
unless they say, I don't want to do the show,
then you go.
then I'll take my trailer, my stuff, and I'll do it. But it hasn't happened. Like New Mexico, they had a show, and he was like, all you got to do is just come. So we flew out there. We showed him support. We were there for the whole event, and he was selling the mix. And le fue bien. He was like, damn, thanks for coming out. Like what I was saying about Puppet. So that day I
So
told him,
next one is his turn.
I said, Puppet, next year, this is your show. You're going to run it. He literally, his eyes watered, and he hugged me, and he was like, for reals? I said, yeah, man.
You better
and
order,
I'll be
Puppet,
here.
You better order a whole fucking trailer of that shit.
And he actually did. He sells pretty good at that show. And so we done it for him. We did it for Oklahoma. We did it for New Mexico. California. ¿Cómo se llama este? Alexis. He does 2, 3, 4 shows. He goes all the way to Vegas.
I've seen that.
Yeah, and I've been to Vegas. I've been to shows that he does in Cali, and we fly in, and all we do. I'm sorry, we're there to meet and greet the people and show people a good time and give away caps and stuff like that.
Yeah.
We've done it for Florida, for my vendor in Florida, Geo Films in Florida. ¿Quién más? In Colorado, we did it in Colorado. Some of my vendors from Texas, like they're stepping to the plate too, and like, hey, can I take this show? Agárralo, do
yours.
it, run it. Frank from Alice just did he did one in San Antonio. He did that. He was like, man,
I didn't go to the Freddy, but I heard that was popping.
Oh, the one from Freddie, yeah, Freddie Alice Texas.
Popping, bro.
On that one, there wasn't a vendor, so I went.
Yeah.
I went and I took care of it. But if any of my vendors wants to step up, I'll give any of my vendors the opportunity to take on the show, and if I can,
It'll benefit both of us, cause
Yeah.
I mean both of y'all, cause you got, you're gonna sell them, like you gotta pull in strong pretty much, like you gotta be ready to take that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Take that heat, like it's just not. I don't think you with the minimum will be.
Oh yeah.
You gotta pull up with coolers of them. I seen them, bro. That shit's crazy. It's a lot, dude.
Yeah.
It's a lot of Michelin, and he be selling out, dude. Like sold out. Like
What's your number one marketing tool right now? But could you say Instagram's your number one marketing tool?
Instagram is number one.
Are you willing to do like other social medias?
Yeah. I'm willing to do it. Right now, I'm doing a little bit more of the YouTube, and I think YouTube is making that's where I'm getting famous.
YouTube.
And yeah, because Instagram, yeah, everybody knows me on Instagram, but now YouTube, like I can be in any part of the country or Mexico, and I get recognized, and it's crazy because
badass.
I still consider myself a regular person,
Right.
but I can't go nowhere.
Yeah.
Even just like right now, driving over here at night, people honk at me.
You can see the flashes.
Yeah,
They start recording.
Yes, I get tagged. I get followed and taking pictures, and like this when I was in Vegas in the airport, I got recognized. Hey, are you Scarface? Yeah. We walked into the Gucci store.
That's badass.
I think I have it on my YouTube on the like the stories. I walk into the Gucci store, and my wife's looking at a purse, and I sit down, and I have my hand like this on the wrist.
You gotta show it off.
Well, it was just showing off, and a guy comes across the room.
How much are for them shoes right there, bro?
Right there.
Right there.
I see this guy walking straight to me, and he stands right here, and I'm like, oh shit, this is security or something. And I look up, and he's like, are you Scarface? And I'm like, yeah. And in Vegas at the Caesar's Palace at a Gucci store, and the guy's working at Gucci, and he's like, I watch your videos on YouTube. He's like, I saw the tattoo from across the room, and I said, oh my God, is that Scarface? I gotta go over there.
You know what, bro? Like that's how I know when I did your Bronco. When we were in Vegas, there was a guy. He was a manager at I think it was Fogo. So we went to go eat at Fogo, right? And this dude was like, "What do you do?" and I said, "Oh, we do lift kits and all that stuff." "Oh, what's the name of your place?" So I told him, it's exclusive. He was like, "You're the one that lifted Scarface Bronco, right?" Like that, dude.
Damn.
That's how like the dude was like, "You're the one that did it?" I was like, "Yeah." And then he was like, "Oh man, that's bad. I would be watching all his YouTubes and shit like
That's
that." I was
dope.
like, "Damn, that's crazy. That's how far he goes." You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
to get
That's
recognized
crazy.
through somebody else. That
That's
shit's tight.
crazy.
How many subscribers do you have on YouTube right
Man, when we were in Vegas, we hit 50K.
now? Nice. Congrats.
Thank you.
That's badass.
A lot of people tell me, bro, you should have a lot more.
Nah.
You should buy your subscribers. But I'm gonna tell you this much. I said I don't buy subscribers for my YouTube channel, and I don't buy for Instagram either. The number that I have on the
think it's
Instagram,
pure-
You could buy them?
it's pure. Yeah, people offer. Hey, I can get you. You pay me so much, and I can get you 20K right now.
Oh, like a promo.
Yeah,
Like
I
they
could get you.
You know what I've noticed, bro? Honestly, and I out of nowhere, like I'll be following random ass people. Like what the fuck? Like I've never even clicked on.
Me too.
Like nowhere. So
Me
I
too.
think that somehow is like
They'll tag,
you're
and they'll put you in their followers.
you're always.
It happens to me too, and I'm like,
I'd never
who is this?
follow, like-
I unfollow them. So I'm like, who is this?
Yeah.
You know?
And it'd be like kind of fake pages, bro. I think
Yes.
they buy. I think what they buy their own followers and then they sell the pages.
Oh, got you.
Which makes sense.
I get offers every single day, and I'll just look at, man. I ignore them now, and I can say all the followers that I have on my Instagram
Are pure.
they're
fucking
pure.
Legit.
Everybody knows me. I
That's
get
good.
and I get a lot of DMs. I try to respond to everybody's DMs as much as I can. And then now the YouTube channel is the same thing. People want to sell you, hey, I could get you to 100K tonight, and I'm like, but it's gonna be.
It's not
gonna be-
organic.
it's gonna be 100K
Yeah.
fake.
Yeah,
Followers.
yeah.
You know?
It's not like,
It's not real.
yeah.
I have 50K. It might not sound much to some people, but to me, it's like,
A lot.
holy shit. And
Fuck.
then I'm getting recognized this much with 50K, and I'm like, holy shit, how is it gonna be when I get to 100K?
Yeah.
That's gonna be
That's
crazy.
gonna be badass, dude.
That's gonna be crazy.
Legit.
You're invited to the party. You're invited to a party
Nice.
at 100K followers.
100K followers.
Hell yeah.
Unos pinche grupo de volámonos. Una banda.
We're at the rancho.
En el rancho, ya sabes. Let's
Hell
go.
Yeah. You gotta be careful when you go to his parties, bro.
Shh,
What have-
seis de la
You've
mañana.
been to his
Be
parties?
careful. Yeah.
There's nothing but
All they do.
drink.
No, I think I'm pretty good now. Like I've been hanging with a lot of like drunk people and like they
Got
just
you a lot of guns?
all they do is just fucking shots, shots everywhere, dude. Like just you about to give up this bottle, you got another one coming in. Like, god
Yeah.
damn, that's how they get, dude. It's
Oh,
crazy.
shit.
Es lo que se usa ahorita.
It's fun, though.
It's crazy. Like everybody just shot. You finish. You
It's because
empty out a
I think
bottle
you gotta
quick.
you gotta be faded for you to know like you're having a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't be sober having a good time.
Yeah. Who's always been down for you, Scarface, since you started the Micheladas?
What do you mean in what sense? Of
Like
being down?
being down, like supported you, but your wife, your family, but been down since you started the
I have
everything,
a lot,
man.
I have a lot of people, but like Luis is here, and he's one of that has been down since the beginning. The one that really, really made this to like explode in the truck world was Nico,
Nico.
from the shop.
Oh yeah.
One day I was at
Legend.
Crosby. Yeah, I was in Crosby, and I'm serving up my micheladas, and he sees me from far away, and he's like, "What is that?" And I was like, "Come here," and I gave him a jar. I was like, "Take it to your friends," and he took it, and he came back. He was like, "You got an Instagram?" I was like, "Yeah."
I remember that at their tent at the
Oh,
like
yeah.
LSTs and shit.
Yeah.
That shit is crazy too.
That was crazy. So he tastes it. He likes it. And he's like, hey, bro, I need more. So I sell him more. And he took it to Baytown. He's from Baytown, Texas. It's a little part of the shop. And then he's like, you got to take this to a truck show. He's like, you will sell this at a truck show. And I'm like, what? I was still doing towel. And he's like,
Oh.
look, next weekend, no, in 2 weeks, there's going to be a show. Bring some. Give me your number. He called me the week before, and he's like, get ready, bring some, and I'm going to bring you in. I was like, all right. So I go to the show.
What show was this?
It was a show in the Valley.
Oh, okay,
We
okay.
went to a Border Fest in the Valley. And I remember taking like 16 micheladas only.
That's it.
Yeah.
Damn.
And
Oh,
I was
hell no.
scared.
Es nada más para ustedes ahí. like-
And I was, you know what? And I was scared. I was like, man.
What if I don't sell them?
If I don't sell them, my wife's gonna be pissed off at me.
Oh, so you went to the you went to the valley. 16 micheladas, you
And
come
you
back
didn't
with 15.
sell 'em? I was so scared. I went to the valley. We opened one up, gave people a little sample. We sold them like this. People were like, "You should have brought more." I was like, "Damn." So we get back to Houston, and he's like, "Hey, in 2 weeks, there was gonna be I don't know the name of the show, but there was gonna be a show in the Pasadena Fairgrounds, and I can't remember
Suelo.
the name. It might have been."
It had to be Suelo.
And he's like, "Bring more. You gotta bring more." You know how many I took? I took 24. I remember.
I'm gonna double up this time. All right, I'm gonna double up.
And I was like, I'm gonna take 24 this time. I hope I sell them. Same thing. I get there and he's like, "Hey, you guys gotta taste these." And people started tasting them and they were like, "What the what?" And I sold out.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Bro, there's another show coming up," and it was LST.
Oh, no,
And he's like, "You need." He was like, "You need to bring a." Oh no! I'm sorry. It wasn't LST. It was either the shootout or October Truck Madness. It was one of those.
I
And
think
he's like-
it had to be the October truck because the shootout was first, then
And
anything
then
on
LST.
Pasadena.
Yeah, and then it was that October, and then it was LST. I remember the next big one was LST. So I go to that one, and now I said, "I'm taking some now."
I remember when you couldn't even get in, and then Dorian got you in.
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
That
I
was
couldn't
that was
over
good
there,
one.
yeah.
That's a badass one.
And
You took a
so
truckload?
So I bring my Harley truck, and I have a big cooler, and I park my truck, and I'm like, "Man, I'm not gonna sell." And my friend tells him, "Hey, this is the guy." He starts pointing and starts telling people. By the time you know it, I
Done.
sold out.
Damn.
I sold out from the back of my truck in the Harley, a full.
But you
cooler.
were not even a sponsor yet. It was just
No,
like you
I was
just pulled
doing it.
up and
I was just doing it underground.
uh-huh.
Underground. After that one,
delete this part of the video, please.
no, because no, don't delete it because after that, one of my tile buddies, Mike, did a job for Lawrence, que en paz descanse, Lawrence. He was part of the on the gas crew, and he told him about me, and he already had heard about me. So he called me when he was working at his house, and he said, "Hey, you want to sell at our next show at I think it was gonna be the shootout."
No, it's the shootout.
And I was like, yeah. And he's like, "You know what? I'm not even gonna charge you, not even close to what they charge. I want you to have a booth at our
Lawrence, you're
place."
up there. That's fucked up. Lawrence, I just heard that. That hurt me. He was cool. He was really cool.
Oh, he was a cool guy. He was like,
Badass guy.
he was like, just that day, just come look for me. You know, I'm gonna get you in. I'm gonna get you a good spot. And Lawrence is the one that opened the doors for me for the gas for their shows, October Truck Madness and the shootout. And now the guys, they still take care of me. Like,
Yeah.
we're good with them. Like, all
But
the guys, Beto and them.
I think no matter what, man, wherever you pull up, you bring people, and I've seen it. Like, there's something that you don't like. A lot of people be like, "Hey, who can bring people?" Scarface.
Yeah.
If I know anybody that will bring something to the table, it's Scarface now. Like he's got so much followings, bro. Like it's just crazy. It's crazy how much followings he's got. He's got the people.
Yeah,
That's
the
what
people.
it is.
Es que soy raza con la raza.
Raza
Like,
con
you
la
know, man,
raza.
I try to be cool with
That's badass.
everybody. You know?
That's really good.
That's
though.
really good. That's what I'm
Yeah.
telling you. He's got that spark. He's got that glow, dude.
Yeah.
Wherever he pops up, it's gonna be there. People's gonna be there.
You think anybody's fucking with you on like micheladas? There's a bunch of micheladas now.
Right now, there's
A bunch of them.
There's a lot. There are so many right now that it's crazy. But I'm gonna tell you this much: like the last show that I went to October Truck Madness, we revealed our new flavor. And
Blood.
I think there was about 5 or 6 micheladas at that place, and I think all of them, it might have been all of them, came to my tent to buy my mix because they were just like, I gotta taste it.
Yeah.
You know, other
But,
micheladas come to me, and actually they message me and ask me questions, and you know what? And
Jack's
I see on my
recipes?
shows. What?
Recipe question?
They try,
I can
but
tell you all that.
it's like,
I cannot tell you all that.
it's like
You're like, oh, you do too much, man.
Yeah.
You're doing too much already.
But right now, I'm gonna tell you that I am so cool with micheleros across the country
That's cool, man.
because I already was judge at one of the Michelada Fest in Florida, and there was people that came from like Florida, and then the last Texas Hold'em, there was people that came from Illinois, like
I tried. There's a bunch of badass micheladas, bro. Like,
there's a lot,
no
there's a
lie,
lot of them.
there's
There's
a
a lot
bunch
of them.
of
There's a lot of them.
a bunch of them.
There's a lot of them, and I'm just proud that and happy that this is happening because people tell me, Scarface, you started this shit.
It
I'm
is.
like-
I think, in my eyes, I think you did, bro. Like, you were one of the
and
first ones.
even though that there's so many micheladas out there, my brand, my micheladas keep going hard. We keep selling. You know, I'm doing good. You know, I don't no le deseo el mal a nadie.
Oh, hell no,
You know,
fuck that.
any new micheladas.
I think you
just go
influence
for
a lot
it.
of people. That's
They
what
they
it
actually
is,
do
too.
tell me.
That's
You
real good,
influence
man.
a lot
They're
of
like,
people.
I started my michelada business because of you. I went for it. Hey,
There's a
madre,
lot of that
échale
shit
ganas.
right now, bro. There's
Yeah.
a lot of like candies and all that shit like that be bouncing off, bro. Like I told you, like I there's this guy, like I see it on the, I tried this shit de la barbacoa, something
Yeah.
like that. Like, yeah, ese también se levantó pretty good. Tacos el Cut, you know,
Tacos
like,
El
Yeah.
Cut,
that
yeah.
nigga blew up too.
Yeah.
Out of like random ass shit, bro, and I think it's the community like what brings everybody up.
El de la barbacoa, he sells my mix. He makes aguas preparadas and agua
them ones are
minerales
good, though.
with my mix.
They're
Yeah.
good.
At
You
his
tried
place.
them?
I tried it, yeah.
They're good.
Oh, all his food is good.
He's gonna be on the podcast like in a couple weeks.
Yeah,
de la
I told him
barbacoa.
like that's something
It,
like
it was
and I-
hard, bro, because he told me it was like shy, but it's. I'm gonna tell like, bro, you have to come on, bro. Like you
Everybody's talking.
have a, like
Like he's noticed, like, you know, that's a good thing that you notice somebody, you know, like that.
yeah.
And then you can see it, like if a product is good, it's gonna come out badass. I mean, that's like I think he was the first one selling the Doritos with barbacoa, and they're like,
Yeah.
I've never tried that shit until like I never had the time to go over there until there was like a little meat, and after that meat, I tried it right there, and I was like, yeah, they're legit.
Yeah.
The malls are good.
Yeah.
The first time that I tried it, he was on Tidwell Street.
Tidwell by the
I seen
car
that
wash.
too. You're the one that brought him up. I think that's why a lot of people go towards him, bro. He's got so much fucking followings, dude. That is just ridiculous, though, not to get noticed when he posts you or gives you a shout out or like, hey, I'm meeting at this place. Yeah, check at this place. Or
Do you ever
whatever.
think about that, man? Like, do you ever think about like, man, if I mess with this dude, he's gonna blow up because of me?
Nah.
Okay.
It's a good help.
The way
Yeah.
I think about it, if I could do anything, like
For somebody.
any little video or anything to try to help this guy make money and feed his family, I'll do it. You know, it's like, and people are like, ¿Cuánto cobras? You know what? If I have the time and I can do it, I'll do it for you. Like,
That's why
I-
you're here. That's
Yeah.
why you're where you're at.
I think
dog.
that yeah,
Hell yeah. The
mindset, like his
Positive.
mindset's on there. Yeah, that's really good.
so we're talking about barbacoa real quick, so he can ask him when he comes in. He hits me up and he's like, "Hey, Scarface, can you come to taste my tostigordos?" And I'm like, "Where you at?" And he gave me the location. Man, I couldn't find it. He was like a table this big with a little
a
one of
white
those.
tent. A
didn't-
regular tent. They didn't
Yeah.
have a tent
He didn't
yet.
even have the tent yet.
Oh shit.
He was like on a little techito, and he had a small table, and he had his little crock pot with the meats.
The meats in
And
it.
I got there, and he
The brisket, bro, is really
he
badass
served,
too.
He served it to me. I tasted it, and I'm like, damn, this is good.
And then you come check this
on
shit
the
This
out.
is
video,
good.
on the video, he went, "Damn!" Like his eyes open for real.
So, right there and then, I grabbed the phone. Déjense caer, raza. Aquí con el compa el de la barbacoa. Vengan a probar los tostigordos. La dirección, estamos aquí enfrente. And I said everything. I left. Later that day, he posted he had a line of people.
That's badass.
And then after that, he's like, bro, after that, I just started getting people.
That's
He
a
had to
gift.
move locations because he could, like, they didn't fit there no more.
That's a gift. And I think like nowadays, bro, it's like media that's bringing a lot of that, and then you're a big help on like a ladder. You know that if you go through you for a little bit, it can bring you up. You know, like and that's one of the reasons why EG. So I told him too, like, dude.
Yeah, you told me
knock
about
him
EG.
out.
Yeah.
And like I still chop it up with him on the Instagram, and I can tell that he's gone way better on like most of this. Like he still asks me for some advice, like price wise and stuff like that. And I tell him like, dude, you don't sell yourself cheap. You know, like you always got to do badass work, but show that you can. Do the
I
badass.
I tell him the same thing. He sponsored me big time on the Bronco. He didn't charge me a penny, and I was like, EG, you
told
gotta
that
make
nigga,
money.
bro. You gotta come in.
I was like, EG, you gotta make money on this. He's like, no. He's like, you just don't know all the followers you got me, and all the business that's coming in my door.
Clientes, güey.
Yes,
Customers, bro.
customers, paying customers.
I've used them still, like on some, like, hey, yo, yeah, I did, or hey, have you done, look, check out Scarface truck, bro, like, oh shit, oh, you did it. Now you gonna see the placazo ahí in the middle, bro.
Yeah.
Pinche placazo
Yeah,
ahí.
yeah.
And it's badass,
Yeah,
bro.
and
And
it
it wasn't
helps.
me. También ayudó este D, like that. He's
Yeah,
cool. I still
yeah.
fuck with him too. No.
He's a cool cat too. But everybody like Barbacoa, Luis, that yo les brindo mi mano, ellos me la brinden para atrás con
Somehow,
like
bro.
con ganas todavía. Like Barbacoa, I still go to his place and I try to pay, and he's like, and I'm like, bro, I'm not here to eat for free, bro. Your food is so good, I want to buy it, like to
Yeah.
take to my family. No, Scarface, aquí no vas a pagar. I'm like, bro, charge me something. No, I'm not going to charge you. Luis
Es un
took
buen
care
árbol,
of
güey,
me.
es un
That's
buen árbol.
badass, yeah.
Luis was just like, just pay me the labor, bro. And I mean, no, the fierro. Just pay the fierro. And I was like, Luis. And he's like, no, I got you. Like, it happens a lot. And I don't ask it. I don't ask people for stuff. They offer it to me.
Yeah.
You know? I
Well,
don't go there asking
yeah.
for stuff for anybody.
Yeah, I mean, same way with you. Like, you don't,
And that's a
it's-
good thing
it's-
you say it, because I think a lot of people feel like you ask for, or like they
No.
feel like they have to give you something for
Like
free.
entitled
You don't have
to-
to.
yeah.
And I think the best way to support somebody is actually paying them, bro. Like, is if you have a friend that owns a business and that's your friend, and you're here buying fucking Gucci and all this stuff, you can pay regular price, bro, and that's gonna help
Yes,
him, because
sir.
he's feeding his family, he's trying to reach his goals and stuff. So I think that's kind of where you gotta tell
Yeah.
him, like, you gotta charge me, bro. And I've go through this sometimes, because I feel like when they're coming up, that's the hard part, like the hard part's coming up now.
Yeah.
Once
Yeah.
you're up there, dude, I don't have to charge you, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you can do whatever we gotta do.
Well, this happened to me. When I was like at 10K, I had about 50K. And I remember I sent him a DM, and I was like, hey, bro, can you tag? And, you tag me. I'm trying to get to 10K. Can you help me out? And he told me, bro, I charge for that.
Oh,
What the
And I was like, oh, okay, cool. Appreciate it. So now I passed them.
that's a fucked up, bro.
I passed them up on my followers on Instagram. And guess what? He hits me up.
oh,
And he's like,
tables turning.
hey, Scarface, we got to do a fucking collab. Let's do something together.
That's a
And
day,
you know
man.
what I told him? Hey, bro, I charged for that. And he did not answer me anymore.
What if you would have told him?
What if you would've said, "I'm down to pay"?
Nah. What if you would have told him, I got you? You think like it would have like fucked his
I
mind up?
think so,
Right?
100%.
If
I
you
don't
would have
know.
been like, hey, I
100%,
got
like,
you.
it might
But I would have
Then
put it
look-
like, just remember you were trying to charge me, bro.
Yeah.
But look, this is how you do things, though. Next
Yeah.
time, look, I think you probably would have opened his eyes.
What
up,
if you
but,
would have been like, hey, I got you? You see, last time you were trying to charge me, but this time I got you, and just, you know what I'm saying? He probably get fucked up right here.
I think so.
You know?
I think it
that would
would
have been.
Because it's
you know?
like, I think, like, if si tú no lo haces, somebody else is going to do it. Like, for example, if you ask him for help, right? Like, but you see somebody else and they're willing to help you as without anything, it's like, that man's knocking on this door. Y este güey me la cerró y este
Yeah.
güey me lo abrió. Boom.
Yeah.
So I think that's why he's like that, where alguien le da un tag, or, hey, man, shout out my business. He does it, bro, because,
Yeah.
he went through that.
Yeah, I did.
He went through that already, and it sucks. It kind of sucks.
Any little business that needs a push, I try. And what I I was one of the first ones. I think Luis had one too, but I got mine in 2016. I don't know when. A tent.
Oh, yeah.
I had it by 2017. I already had a Scarface tent,
I had mine before.
but there was almost nobody that had them. So now everybody has a tent.
Yeah.
Everybody has a tent. And what I'm doing now, I help them out with money, put my logo on your tent, and I'll help you out with some money. And I'm probably on over 20 tents here just in Houston.
But-
So
and
people
that-
open up their
that's
tents.
good
the
advertising.
Scarface,
He
yeah.
means it, dog. Scarface everywhere, dog.
Scarface
Yeah.
por todos lados, yeah.
Everywhere, bro. And
Just
yeah,
like-
that's the first thing you see. Like, and you know what? They asked me, and this is something I want to clear. I think I want to talk about this. If you have a business, and it bugs me. I don't know why it bugs me, but it bugs me so much that people ask for so many sponsors. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
But they've never even like got like, for example, on me, like, even ask me for a quote or something. I don't even know these businesses, bro. And they're like, "Do you want to be a sponsor?" Like, first of all, bro, like, do we even have a relationship? Do we even, like, to be a sponsor? That's how you get sponsors. What are you doing for me that I should be able to sponsor? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what sponsorship is, though. Like, if you really name a sponsorship, it's like, yeah, I'm gonna sponsor you, but what are you gonna do for me? You can better tag me on everything. You gotta do. That's how sponsorships will work.
Right.
And then you gotta see potential. Most of the people are just starting, bro, and it's random ass shit. Like, random. Could be for candy. Could be for whatever, bro.
Yeah, anything.
You want to be a sponsor? You don't even know this dude. He
Yeah.
never even bought nothing from you. Like, if you buy something from me and you ask me, hey, you want to be a sponsor? And I know you all day. And then they'll ask me, like, hey, you want to be a sponsor? But I already know he already took the big corners. And that's good. That's really good. But to me, bro, like, I think if you start in your own business, like, you don't start it like that. And I think that's one of the bad things that people try to jump on there and then try to jump on people's back to go up. Like, I think your product got to sell itself or got noticeable, like barbacoa.
Yeah.
Like, I always had that itch to try his shit, like, just to try it, because that shit look good as fuck. Like,
for sure.
That's what makes you want to get to somebody, not because he shot him out. I mean, he shot him out, but that opened that little door. Now I have that little itch to try his food, because he was like, oh shit, it was good,
And it's crazy because
I tried it.
He has his trailer.
Yeah,
and it's legit.
I seen
and
it. I'm telling you, bro. Like,
and on his trailer, on the front, he put that logo. On the front of it.
On the front.
That logo is in front of, and I didn't ask him.
I think I seen it. It's the purple one, right? The one with the.
I did not ask him to do that. He did it because he tells me, you
Está agradecido.
Está agradecido.
Yeah.
And every time I go out there, like, damn, bro, like, thanks for having that logo out there, Like, that's badass.
Yeah, it's tight. I mean, that's at the end of the day, I think that's your reward, for helping out somebody, bro. And then and que ellos te digan like that. Gallito, bro, like, fuck. I mean, you can even tell Gallito, bro, like, bro, you need to sell this shit, like, wholesale that shit, bro. Like, because he was selling it, and I had seen you already since the beginning. And he was doing what you were doing before, which was like going to shops and offering and selling. That's how I made Gallito.
Yeah.
And I tried. I was like, damn, nigga, you should wholesale it, bro. Like, well, I was still pushing the michelada, and then he brought the Gallito shit, and we start slinging that shit. Like, that's how it is. That's how he got up there.
Nah, and he's
I
doing
feel
good
like
too.
You ever think about like going into retail, like into big box stores? You ever have anybody tell you, man, this should be at Walmart or HEB?
Well, I got hit up by Kroger. Somebody from Kroger.
What?
Somebody from Kroger, a manager, went to a party, and
He
they
tried
had
it.
my mix there. Tasted it, and he was like, "Holy shit!"
Where's the ingredients?
Yeah.
Right.
You gotta put the ingredients.
Where
in
do
there.
I get
I
this?
can't put the cheat code in there, dog.
Yeah. And that guy reached out to me, and he
One
was
from
like,
Mexico. So,
that guy reached out to me from Kroger and was like, "Hey, I want to put this in my store, but we need to do stuff. We need
Legalize
to
that
legalize it. And if I put you in my store, I know all the Krogers are gonna want it." And I was like, you know what? I told him, bro, I'm not ready yet. Not right now. Like,
I was gonna say that shit. I was
I'm
like, I
gonna
don't
get
think
there,
he's ready.
and I'm headed that way, but not right now. Like, cause I want to have a warehouse, and I'm getting ready to build, and all this.
I think
and
to
once
have your
that goes-
product on stores like that, you gotta be way bigger.
yeah,
massive.
Not bigger, but like
way bigger.
legit.
Yeah,
Legit. I would say the word legit. Not
Legit.
bigger. He's
Yeah.
already big.
Yeah.
Legit.
legit, yeah.
But you have to have a lot of product too, like ready, right, to ship out and stuff.
Well, it's not that, bro. I think it's like with food. Like, you gotta have the. It's a lot. It's regulated a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That shit's not. You can't just make
heard-
that mix and,
yeah.
and take it somewhere. Like,
Yeah.
what if somebody gets food
I heard they
poisoning?
change it
Yeah.
though too. Like, for example, if you want it on the shelf, they change like a small amount of ingredients just so it could have a lot of shelf life.
Yeah.
So that's he might go into that and be like, nah, this ruins it.
It's
you
like
know?
avocados, bro. Them hoes go bad. You gotta sell them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What I've been told is that as soon as I do that, my michelada is not gonna taste the same
Yeah.
because you have to add chemicals,
A lot of.
Yeah, you gotta add shelf life. So it's,
and it's like it's gonna change that flavor. Like,
It's gonna taste like mambos.
heartburn.
For real?
Hey,
and
might
we
get
don't
the heartburn
and we
back.
don't want it to taste like that. We want it
Yeah,
to be
nah.
that OG Scarface.
That's true, bro.
Yeah. What are some? So is that a future goal to go into like Kroger's, or
Man,
what is your goals for the next 5 to 6 years?
man, right now we're doing real good. We're still growing every day. It's in my mind. It is. It's like, man, what about if, you know what? You know what? A lot of people tell me, and I think about it, like, bro, what about if somebody wants to buy your recipe like Walmart,
Yeah,
and they're gonna give you millions?
Yeah.
that'd be lit, bro.
You know what?
Would you do it?
Sell
I
it.
might sell it.
Sell it.
I'll be like, there
All
you
day.
go, and I'll keep my YouTube channel, and I'll keep pushing merch, and
Sell it.
I'll sell it. That's in my mind.
I think if that they'll buy it, they'll have like somewhere he can't do it no more. That's the thing.
Yeah.
When it'll get to that
So you
Yeah.
would sell it if you had the chance?
Oh, if I get
in a
a
heartbeat.
check this out. I was already selling. I had left my job. It was in the couple of months where I was already like on my own, and somebody from Florida tasted it from somebody else that took it, and the guy had money. They drove from Florida when I would sell it at my house. They came to buy michelada, and the guy's like, "Hey, we're here to buy 2 jars, but we want to talk to you real quick." And I was like, "Oh, what's up?" He was like, "This is my uncle, and he came with me from Florida because he wants to talk to you in person." I was like, "All right, what's up?"
I love it.
And,
You already
and
know
I
it
was
me.
like, and he was like, "Hey,"
With a briefcase of money.
yeah, he said, "I want to buy your recipe. This is unique. I want it." And I was like, "You want it?" And he was like, "Yeah, I'm willing to pay right now $50K for it." Man, I was like, $50K? Am I hearing this right? Man, I was just
You
like,
should have sold that shit.
hell no.
Nah.
You know why? What was it like legal? Like for example, it's because like okay, I feel like if I was to sell exclusive,
Uh-huh.
right, to anybody, dog, and I mean anybody, they would just go in there and be like, okay, exclusive. I bought it. It might.
Pop.
It's 100% that I don't think they'll work the same way I work it, so it's maybe more of a chance of a failure than actually doing it. You know, like because it's not.
And actually
It's
growing
him.
bigger.
It's
Yeah.
him. It's not the michelada, bro. It's him.
He's the product.
He's the product.
Yeah.
He's the fucking product. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not. It is the michelada because he's selling the michelada. But where's the
they're good
michelada
too,
coming
yeah.
from? His head. It's his head.
Yeah.
You know, everything is in his brain.
That's crazy, huh?
It's in your brain, bro. It's in your brain because that's why, like nowadays, you know, if you make something and you sell it, you selling your rights, you selling it. That means, I think like Walmart will be smart enough to be like, dude, I'm gonna buy your shit, but we have a contract for 20 years that you cannot make this shit
michelada nowhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
nowhere.
Yeah.
And if he was just trying to buy the recipe, it's buying the recipe. I can give you a file for whatever, sell it,
Yeah.
you know, and I just make another one.
And I really thought about that $50K, and I was like, man, that would help me out so much. But then I said, but wait a minute, it's gonna help me out so much, but I won't be able to sell anymore or grow. I turned him
Oh,
down.
he applied that to you, like where you can't sell it.
Yeah, he was like, but it's gonna be mine. We're gonna, and he did say we're gonna sign. You know that it's gonna be my brand. It's gonna be Scarface, and
Damn.
I'm gonna own it.
The whole name and
And I
Oh, the
said-
name.
Yeah,
I thought the recipe.
everything.
No,
No,
he's trying
he
to buy
wanted the
whole
michelada.
thing.
He wanted
Oh, yeah.
the
Everything.
recipe of the OG and the name. And I thought
Yeah, no,
about
that's
it, and I
different.
said, you know what? I'm just getting started. I said, you know what? I'm gonna pass. Are you sure? He had the money right there, and I was like, nah, bro, I'm good.
he probably thought like, if he could pay me 50K, another guy could pay me 100K.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
It's
they
true.
pay for it if it's good, you know.
I think it's worth more than that right
Oh,
now.
right now
Yeah.
it's worth more than that.
What do you think it's worth now?
I don't know, but at the like, and I don't see it now, but
He's like, fuck, I don't want to say this.
I know, right?
people
Of course.
used to take the trash from my trash cans, thinking they would find what I'm using in this.
What the-
We would see it in the cameras, but
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Really? Holy shit. Yeah. But is that a tacuache? No, that's somebody. That's a human.
Yeah. we would see the cars pull up, open up the trash can, take the bags, put them in the back of the truck or in the trunk, and drive off.
Bro,
But
that's crazy.
the thing is that when I started doing this, I kind of knew something like that might happen. So I went and got a dumpster off-site when nobody knows, and that's where we throw our trash away.
Shit, that's crazy,
wild,
bro.
bro.
I
Your
would have
own
never
trash.
thought this shit, dog. Like
Your own
Yeah.
trash got to be disposed.
Yeah.
They
Yeah, that's
what
some
crazy.
like
movie did
Willy
you see
Wonka
this on?
shit.
Yeah.
What did you see it in a movie or something?
No, I just said, you know what? It might have happened around that area when that guy wanted to buy my wrestling pass. You know what? I said, what about if somebody wants to see what I'm making? Even though,
So at first, were you throwing the ingredients in the trash?
yeah,
Oh my!
not the ingredients,
The cheat
because
code.
Like the
yeah, because everything is measured
Yeah.
to the
Hey,
to the
you
dot.
know what? I have a friend, bro, and he makes some badass micheladas, bro. But he don't sell them or anything. He just makes them because he likes to make them. So I said, man, dude, I like your michelada, bro. I fucking fuck with it, dog. And I was like, show me how to make it. And I'm literally recording this dude, dog. Recording it. And this is what I'm telling you. It's him, bro. It's the guy. Like, cause I can record it. He's like, just squeeze the lemon, 3 lemons, and like not
Yeah.
all lemons have the same fucking lemon,
Yeah.
bro. Like, you know. So he's like squeezing it, doing it, pouring whatever the shit on there, and I'm like, damn, that's fucking simple. You know, it's really simple.
Yeah,
I would try it, and it tastes like shit. It's straight shit. For like,
I get that a lot from
like,
people.
God, what the fuck did I do wrong? I did what, you know, nada más tírala así. Ta, ta, ta. That's it. And you don't even measure that shit. This nigga's just like, ta, ta, ta. Like, damn, dude, what the
Yeah.
fuck? You know, like, how much was that? You know,
Yeah.
like, I don't know. He gave me all whatever he used, and he'll make it in front of me. I recorded him one time, and I could not make it.
That's crazy.
Well, he
No
said
te
it took
sale, güey.
8 years to prepare, 6 or 8 years, right, to make it.
To come up with like the
So, like, do you really actually measure your ingredients, or you nada más al más o menos?
No.
Yeah, he said to the T, right?
everything has exact measurement.
Now, but what about
No.
before when you
No.
started?
When I started when I would make the first one, parece que salieron tres.
Uh-huh.
Tres jarritos. And then so I had to multiply it and
Yeah.
make 6. Then I had to
Of course,
multiply it,
that-
make
that makes
9.
sense.
So right now, every time we call it a batch, it makes 3 cases to the because everything is perfect. It'll make exactly.
So
3
they don't be like,
cases.
oh, this one tastes better than that
No.
one.
Yeah.
They're all the
Every
same.
you could taste my micheladas. Every single one of them, every single flavor
Tastes the
tastes
same.
exactly the same because we have measuring cups and it's everything is measured.
Measured.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The amount of lemon, because every michelada has its own amount of lemon.
And you know what? I've seen there's this other guy called La Pinche Michelada. This dude's from Mexico, bro. And I see him, and I've seen how he's fucking making the michelada. Y nada más la está aventando, güey. Like, ta, 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 ta. You know, like, and that shit is good, bro. And it's like, it's something like, it's a gift. That's what's like, dude, it's in you. Like, that, you know, like,
Yeah.
tú ya sabes cómo está todo el pedo, you know, like, how to make it. Now you have, that makes more sense. Like, if you were preparing one, I think you would still just prepare it out of nowhere. I don't think you would measure it. Like, you can just make one off your head, like,
I mean, I can
Right.
make micheladas. I'll get ingredients. And example, I went to the El Barquito, the boat, and their micheladas. Oh my god! So
yeah. It's just any fucking restaurant for you. They ain't got no real micheladas.
So I don't tell them to make my michelada. I tell them, sírvame poquita michelada en un vasito. And I'll get their michelada. I'll squeeze lemons. I'll put a little bit of pepper, and I'll make my own mix. And I can
And
drink
then
it.
you can drink it,
And,
yeah.
I prepared it there before. And people are like, hey, can you make me one of those? Yeah. And they'll be like, damn, bro. They should make them here like that. I'm like,
But see,
"Sorry."
like that's that el gift. That's the gift he has, dog. Like, you know, that's your gift. You know.
That's
How many people run the operation for Scarface?
Like, how many people work for me at this time?
Yeah,
or
But
what?
it could
Yeah.
be trusted. Him and his wife only.
Well, everybody that's working for me right now is family. Like, it's my wife, my son, my daughter. 1, 2, 3 god kids.
They're all family, bro.
My mother-in-law, my sister-in-law,
Oh shit.
and her kids. Yeah,
Damn.
so it's nothing but family.
But
And I
do
get people all the time like, hey, Scarface, you're hiring? I'm sorry, no.
no
Not right
intruders.
now. Not right now.
We can't let this shit leaked out.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's badass.
It's all
Yeah,
family.
that's
It's all
badass.
family. My
That's
kids
good.
and my god kids, and it's just all family.
That's tight.
For the same reason, like there's so many people out there trying to be me, trying to make my michelada, but the thing is, it's hard because they don't have the measurements that I have. They could use the same, como dices tú, the same exact ingredients.
Even
pero no
at the
sale.
same exact ingredients, no le sale.
No va a salir.
It won't come
Yeah.
out, bro. Like that's how I think where it's that gift that you have already. That you can make that shit happen.
Are you good
crazy.
on time? You're good on time?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm
Okay.
Has it
good.
been 1 hour?
Ya se acabó la novela, pero no hay pedo.
Netflix.
No, my
It's
wife's out
Netflix
playing
and shit.
lotería ahorita, el valiente.
Bingo.
Ah, you're
Yeah.
good. You're good.
Oh, yeah.
I'm
That
good.
shit's like, oh,
And then my house is like right here down the street.
Man,
Nice.
that's
No
tight.
pasa nada.
So what is your next build? I seen that they asked.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
someone
next
asked
build.
that. Yeah.
Is it the new Can-Am?
That's actually one of my next build. I have that one that it's at the shop right now. They're missing the push start. or
Oh
something
yeah, I
like
seen.
that.
I heard of the shit, like the little chip and shit.
It's a chip.
They-
in-
no
it's,
jala.
it's not he. So
They have the cars, but they don't have that chip, and they can't even turn the shit on
yeah.
without
Yeah.
it.
So it's building everything, but it's missing that chip. But when that one comes out, that's gonna be my next build. Raceline Wheels
Uh-huh.
already like jumped on that shit so quick, and they were like, "We're gonna give you 2 sets of wheels," and I was like, "What?"
So Raceline Wheels, like the main company or like somebody else? The guy that does all your Raceline. What's his name?
Franco.
Franco.
So Franco is the sales guy here in Texas, but the main guy in Raceline of the billet department, his name is Alex. Alex called him and told him,
I got you.
we need to get that. So they hit me
Damn.
up and they're like,
That's badass, bro.
They're
I'm
like-
telling you, that's good. I think that's blessings, bro.
Yeah, that's lit.
blessings.
they're like, you're getting 2 set of wheels, and I'm like, what? You're gonna get a set of wheels for tractor tires so you can go to Crosby, and then we're gonna get you another set of wheels for
regular.
for
For
20s
regular.
for the BF Goodrich.
Oh shit, like
Yeah,
the Baja.
Baja. So
Damn.
they're like, we want you to have both. He's like, because I had told him that the next one I get, I want to take it. I want to go to Cali, a la
That's
nieve.
badass.
So they're like, we're getting you 2 sets. You're having 2 sets of race on wheels.
Damn.
The ones
Okay,
for
I'm
Baja
excited.
and the ones to go to Crosby. And I'm like, damn.
All
and,
right.
and this whole week in Vegas, man, I had to make the decision on the rims and everything because like we need to order. We need to get them in here. We need to place the order already. Yeah, it was hard. And this morning we actually made the final call with the measurements. We're gonna go with 24s by 10
By 10.
reverse lip.
Nice.
Yeah, it's gonna have like a 8-inch
Badass
lip.
lip.
8-inch lip.
And then the other ones are 20 by 8. Yeah, so
That's gangster.
it's crazy. I'm
that's
getting
good.
two set of wheels for that Can-Am sponsored. I'm probably paying for the tires, but the wheels are
come
coming for
on.
free
I
from
mean, shit, hell
from
yeah.
them. Yeah,
Damn,
that's
that's worth
crazy.
it.
I have that build. On January 29th, I'm flying out to Midland, Texas. And
to reveal the
the OBS lift. We that one I actually the wheels on that thing. I also got a partial sponsorship by 4J Auto. They were like almost $10,000 wheels, and I paid less than half than
less
that.
than half.
And
Nice.
Cost of the wheels.
and the reason the truck is out in Midland because Tweety Tires
Tweety's.
is a shop. Thank you very much, Tweety. He said, "Who's doing the lift?" I said, I'm gonna order one." I think I was gonna take it to you.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Nah, bring it to Midland. I got you." He's like, "Shit, to do your build over here,
Bro,
I
Tweety
got you."
does some badass builds.
Hey, I had no idea. He powder coated the axles, the hitch. I was like, this guy went crazy with the powder coating.
Yeah, he does that in-house. That
Yeah,
he's got
in-house.
a badass shop.
He does
bro. I
in-house
like that
powder
shit.
coating.
yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
that's
we're
a
going
big
to
ass shop.
So that build is we're about to go pick that one up and reveal that one. We're gonna do a blog about it. I also have in the works a drift truck.
I remember the
A
F-150.
drift truck.
Yeah, burnout truck to get in the donut pits at
Okay.
the shows to do donuts. I'm making one. They're making me one right now.
Patacuachar.
Batacuachar, exactly.
Hell yeah.
So that one,
How's that built? Like to? Can you give us some
that
details
one,
about
like what kind of vehicle it is, or what do you mean?
everything?
details about the build?
Engine.
So the
Everything.
truck
Details
is
about
a 99 F-150 step side. We gutted it. We took the motor, transmission out. The whole interior in the inside of the truck, it has no dash, no seats. Yeah.
Weight reduction.
Yes. At the bottom, like we cleared it completely out, And then Raceline Wheels threw in a free set of wheels, 20s by 10s, some nice wheels. And we went with the Coyote motor, 6-speed transmission. We already got, that's in already. We got bucket seats in there, a roll cage. It has a fuel cell
Safety first.
in the back. It has the fans normally. When you do this, these vehicles,
They gotta be in the back.
they get hot. They get super hot, but a radiator goes inside the motor. So what we said, we're going to do it different. Our radiators are going to be in the back.
Como
with
las
fans,
pinches Baja trucks.
like a Baja truck.
Yeah.
So that's a game changer right there. We're gonna have safety first. I want to have extinguishers inside the truck,
Yeah.
outside the truck,
Everywhere, because I've seen a lot of shit caught on fire. Carlos.
Yeah. You just want to.
Carlos fucking shit caught on fire last time.
We're also gonna add a single turbo. We're gonna put a turbo on that truck.
What size?
Man, I don't even know the millimeter on it. I'm gonna tell you the truth, but I know TT Justin is gonna take care of that. And then we're gonna wrap it. We're gonna put Scarface por todos lados.
Damn.
And hopefully, when the season starts, we're trying to build this truck that is not gonna be your typical compita. Okay, hey, I'm gonna take my mom's truck, my dad's truck, and I'm just gonna do donuts.
Dog that bitch. Fuck
Yeah.
it.
We're gonna be able to dog it, and we're gonna be able to compete with Freddie LSX, with Ismael from California. This I'm building this for that. I'm building it where I can do all these donuts and do a show,
Without breaking that hole.
and it's not gonna break, and I could load it up on the trailer, and next weekend we can take it to
Again.
another show. We just gotta change the tires out. Vamos a look para 610 Wheeling tires, because he's like,
I see
you burn them tires, acábate las llantas, and I got you another set.
That's
He's one of my
badass, bro.
sponsors, one of my big sponsors.
Nice.
I seen that shit.
But that truck is coming. It's I can't wait to get on the seat of that one, because it's gonna be exciting. Oh, it's gonna have an e-brake.
Yeah,
So
you gotta be a drift truck.
Normally, other trucks that you just step on the gas and go. This
pedal,
one,
the pedal.
you'll step on the gas, and if you want that bitch to turn, it'll
turn.
it'll
So
slide.
you're doing some
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Tokyo drift.
And yeah,
Some-
Tokyo
some
Drift.
hoonigan shit,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, stuff like that.
I see.
Hopefully we get invited to Vegas for the SEMA show.
Damn,
Yeah,
that'd be
that'd be
dope.
badass.
That'd be
That'd be
dope.
tight.
Yeah.
It wasn't the same, bro. This year was like, it was not the
I
same.
heard it was
bro.
kinda
It
dead.
was weak as fuck, yeah.
That's what I heard.
Yeah, like, it was nothing but, it was like a fucking Broncos show, bro. It was nothing but Broncos.
What?
Well, you know, like, the year
just
before
came
that
out.
one,
Yeah.
it was nothing but gladiators. Now it's
Oh,
like
yeah.
fucking Broncos. That's what you can't get a Bronco that day. You know, they had them all.
Who are
at
some
SEMA.
Who are some shops like you look up to, out there building stuff?
Exclusive DTS does
Ooh.
awesome work. Finesse Concepts, he did the Harley
It's a
Davidson,
badass word too.
badass work. The guy that's doing the drift truck, he's called Matt Altered Concepts. He does
Badass word.
awesome work. Justin Williams does not have a shop, but he does amazing work. He does a lot of the turbos and the superchargers for the show extensive for Texas Metal.
Texas Metal.
Nice.
And he's done work for my trucks, and he's gonna get his hands on that one. And Gina, he's like, hey, that intake on that Gina looks nasty. Bring me that Gina. We're gonna do something.
Who
He's
baptized
like,
Gina?
right here. Normally on my trucks, I like to name them, and I'll put, hey, help me with the name. Help me with the name.
I always come up with some creative ass shit.
You know, for this truck. And that day, the names were just
Todos. La Tomasa, La Negra,
names like crazy.
La Niga.
And then I not because of he's my friend or anything.
Nah, I already knew that hoe was fire, bro.
It was
I told my
fire.
wife, I was like, he's gonna pick it, watch.
And that's crazy, because when I read it, in my mind I was like, oh my God, that's the name.
Yeah.
And I showed it to my
Gina.
wife, and she was like, that's crazy.
That's the
and we
name.
picked it. What he said on the text was like, Gina is la hermana de Scarface,
La hermana de
Scarface's
Scarface.
sister in the movie.
Thanks for tuning in to Go Hard Podcast. Make sure you go follow Exclusive DTS at Scarface
Scarface.
Ruben, and gohardpodcast.com. You can go to YouTube, watch it on hear it on Spotify, hear it on Apple. And yeah,
Spotify.
man, thank you for coming and taking your time. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome.
I think there's gonna be a part 2 of this.
Yeah,
There's
we
a
didn't
part
have
2
enough
for
time.
sure. Yeah.